Tonight on Politics Unusual, a reminder that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. The president's news conference yesterday had a lot of people talking afterwards on both sides of the aisle.
All right, Dana Arshan shows us how the president's comments are being taken as a triumph by some and a tragedy by others.
June Cross and Betsy West are both professors at Columbia University's School of Journalism, two media experts who present us with two different viewpoints. We asked them to react to some of the comments made during President Trump's press conference yesterday.
This administration is running like a fine-tuned machine.
Well, he's done a lot. He certainly probably signed more executive orders than any other president in the history of the United States.
Well, I think that's reality as President Trump wants it to be. I think if you look at the immigration order rollout and the implosion of the Flynn nomination, not many people would describe the administration so far as a fine-tuned machine.
And that leads into Trump's defense of Mike Flynn, his former national security advisor, who resigned after misleading officials about the nature of his communications with Russian diplomats.
What he did wasn't wrong. What he did in terms of the information he saw, what was wrong was the way that other people, including yourselves in this room, were given that information. Because that was classified information. It was given illegally. That's the real problem.
Trump's supporters believe that the president can do no wrong. Therefore, anything that anyone who works for him does can also not be wrong.
I think that's a debatable point, and it's certainly one that he made over and over again to deflect the questions about whether or not his campaign had contacts before the election with the Russians.
Another moment getting a lot of attention when reporter April Ryan of American Urban Radio Networks asked the president this.
Are you going to include the Congressional Black Caucus and the Congressional
Well,
Hispanic
I would.
Caucus,
I tell you what, do you want to set up the meeting? Do you want to set up the meeting?
No.
Are they friends of yours?
Just a reporter.
No, set up the meeting.
know
Trump's voters elected him to go to Washington and turn the entire system upside down, and that's what he's doing. It includes not responding to the media in the way that the media is used to be responding to.
Well, it's kind of jaw-dropping that President Trump would ask a veteran political reporter to set up a meeting with an organization that I'm sure his staff could arrange for him.
Whether or not you're satisfied with the president's remarks, both of these experts definitely agree that this certainly has not been a boring presidency. Dana Arshan, Fox 5 News.